There we go. And the final book review is today's speaker, Michael Schratt. I got to tell you, I'm a visual guy. So this book is just, I mean, it hits the spot. Just briefly what it says here, a fully illustrated book details 20 historical UFO cases, which were secured from multiple research centers around the United States and had never been seen before. In addition, the publication also highlights multiple UFO encounters, many of with beings reported. A few cases covered in this book, the mystery airship wave of night, and then it goes on and talks about. I gotta tell you, knowing the stories and then seeing the illustrations that Michael has put together, it's just amazing. And I've got one special note on this. His book it's not in hard copy, it's in Kindle. But if you don't have a Kindle reader, which I don't have, you can go on Amazon and for free, you can download a Kindle converter and read the book on your laptop. That's what I did. I got that, then I ordered the book and I read the book on my PC. You didn't have to have a Kindle. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. And that's my book reviews for this month. Okay, this is why you people showed up. You didn't show up to hear from me talk about books and cases and stuff. Well, you might have wanted to talk about cases, but today's headliner, Michael Schratt, is a private pilot, an aviation historian, investigated UFO encounters for over 25 years. Between 2008 and 2009, Michael meticulously reviewed a minimum of 50,000 cases in an effort to maintain an important part of our national history. Recreated dozens of highly credible UFO cases by using drawings, illustration, and commissioned artwork. Many of these include USO, unidentified submerged objects, actual extraterrestrial encounters, and prehistory UFO cases. He has appeared on multiple media platforms to include the following: Coast to Coast AM, History Channel, Paranormal Matrix, UFO Hunters, Fade to Black. Guest speaker at multiple UFO conferences, including the following: Phoenix MUFON, Orange County MUFON, International UFO Congress, MUFON Symposium, and UFOCon. And with that, Michael, it's all yours.
Also want to talk about what are termed the Otto binder reports that were published between 1965 and 1969. This was kind of a weekly column where people would send in the reports from all around the world. There were a lot of historical cases that were seen there. Otto Binder wrote the text, and then he had an artist put together these sketches. So I want to just review some of these sketches here because they do have a historical precedent here. October 12th, 1796, on Columbus Day over 170 years ago, Canadian observers reported an astonishing fleet of airships, UFOs, with portholes and visible occupants sailing over the Bay of Fundy from the Pacific Stars and Stripes. So here you've got 1796. So this predates the Foo Fighters. This predates the June 24th, 1947 Kenneth Arnold sighting. This predates the December 17th, 1903 flight at Kitty Hawk, and this predates the 1897 mystery airship wave. 1796. Who is flying these craft in 1796 that are piloted and are intelligently controlled in 1796? Here's the full color running of what that looks like by Tom Bogan. So what we've done is we try to make these old obscure cases that were published 50 years ago. We want to make them come alive. July 1868, villagers in Campajo, Chile, were frightened by a giant armor-plated machine covered with steel scales whose twin searchlight eyes stabbed down brilliantly. So let's take a look at this here. So you've got this quote-unquote armor-plated machine. So if it's really armor-plated, made out of steel, we're looking at something that's 150 to 200 tons. So right off the bat, you're not talking lighter than aircraft here, if it was truly iron-plated. And then it had these searchlight eyes that came down. So that's the same beaming spotlights that we've heard on the 1897 mystery airship wave, but that predates it because it's 1868. So even before the mystery airship wave, we've got this thing flying around. Here's a full color rendering of what this might have looked like when it was flying over Chile back in 1868.